Welcome to
Welcome
Francis
to
Collins
Francis
School.
Collins School.
Hello guys, today we have the new value, the new phrase and the new confession of the month, okay? The value is the honesty, the phrase is honest hearts produce honest actions. The confession of faith, but remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth and so confirms His covenant, okay, which He were to your ancestors as it is today, okay? This is the new confession of faith, okay? Please, you have to write this in your notebook, okay? Or put this in your notebook, okay? The new value, the new phrase, and the new confession, okay? That needs to go in your notebooks. Colocamos en nuestros cuadernitos el nuevo valor y la frase y la confesión de fe de este nuevo mes, ¿ok? From November, okay, November. The value, the phrase, and the confession of faith, okay? Let's continue. Okay, like I told you, the last class, we are going to continue talking about the adverbs of frequency, okay? Talking about a simple present. Let's see which are the adverbs of frequency. Look at, here we have some of them. We have always, usually, normally, sometimes, occasionally, hardly ever, never, okay? There are some, okay? Let's remember, the adverbs of frequency, okay, answer to the question how often or how frequently. They tell us how often somebody does something, okay? For example, how often do you go to school? Okay, or do you have classes? Yes, I usually have classes. Yes, to tell the frequency of when you do something. Okay, the frequency of an action. Let's see. Here we have a chart. Okay, with the position of these adverbs. Yes, before the main verb. Look at. We have some examples that you can see how to write it, how to write some of the how to use some of the adverbs of frequency, okay? Look at, for example, I always get up at 6:45. I always get up at 6:45. Yeah, my subject, okay, this is my subject, always, and the verb, okay? Let's see, what about the others? You can use here a verb, but normally we use the subject and then the adverb of frequency. Peter can usually play football. We could say that, or we could say this. Peter usually play football, or plays in this case. Peter usually plays football. Okay? We can say here, yes. Peter usually plays, and we add the s, okay? Like it's the simple present, we have to add the s to the verb. Peter usually plays football. What about Marta? Look at, we have here Marta. Marta sometimes, okay, sometimes, I don't know, gets some homework. Gets some homework, okay? Sometimes. Yes, sometimes. Now, please write the examples, okay, in your notebook, okay? All what I'm sharing to you, you have to write this in your notebook, okay? Repito, todo lo que les estoy mostrando tiene que estar en su cuadernito, todo lo que está en estas diapositivas, okay? Now, let's write examples, okay? Vamos a escribir examples, ejemplos. And here we have some sentences, okay? For example, using always. Lara always plays the piano. Plays. Ok. Present simple, recuerda, presente simple. He, she, it. Ok. Cuando trabajas con he, she, it, le agregamos la S, ES y ES. Ok. Let's see the next. They always go on a picnic. Ok. They always go. Let's continue reviewing some examples. We have usually, okay, usually. Peter can usually play football. Peter can usually play football or usually plays football. Okay. Okay, we are going to correct here. Well, let's see. Yeah, okay, here. Peter usually plays football, okay? Now here we have another. She usually eats some chocolate. She usually eats some chocolate. Yes, this is with usually. Now here with sometimes. Those are some examples about the structure, okay? The first one is he is sometimes late for work, okay? He is sometimes late for work. Could be, okay? Then we have grandmother. Grandma sometimes bakes cookies. Grandma sometimes bakes cookies. Okay, those are some examples. Okay, please write the examples in your notebook. Escriban los ejemplos en su cuaderno. Okay. Remember that talking about the adverbs of frequency, you tell the frequency of an action. Okay, like I told you in the last class, okay, en la última clase te mencioné que cuando hablamos acerca de los adverbios de frecuencia, mencionamos con qué frecuencia realizamos alguna acción, ok. Si lo hacemos siempre, si nunca lo hemos hecho o si lo hacemos de vez en cuando, ok. That is when we use the adverbs of frequency. Eso es cuando utilizamos los adverbios de frecuencia, ¿sí? Vuelvo a repetir, lo que está en las diapositivas tiene que estar en tu cuadernito, ¿ok? Now, let's see. You have this practice, okay? That is your homework, yes? This is the practice. You have there the adverbs of frequency, okay? What do you have to do? ¿Qué tienes que hacer? Tienes que escribir de forma correcta, ¿ok? O incluirlas en las oraciones que están ahí. Por ejemplo, number one dice, you are late. Y entre paréntesis tenemos el always. ¿Dónde irá el always? ¿Al inicio? Always you are late? No, you always are late. You always are late, okay? You have to introduce, yes, the adverbs of frequency in the sentences that are there. Yeah? This part you can impress, okay, la pueden imprimir en la tareita, okay, o si no, hacer las oraciones tal cual. Copian la oración, no solo las respuestas, sino toda la oración y después completan la respuesta, okay? But this is your homework, okay? What do you have to do? ¿Qué tienes que hacer? Envíame las fotos de lo que has copiado en tu cuaderno, y la foto de esta práctica de los adverbs of frequency. That is your homework for today. Yes. So now it's time to say goodbye, guys. Please copy in your notebook and took a picture. Yes, the next class we have a lot of work. Okay. So goodbye, guys.